What's up, you guys? It's Asia Julisse, and I'm back again with another Vlogmas video. Let's talk about boobs. Let's talk about titties. Let's talk about tig-o bitties. This is my breast reduction experience. So if you have thought of, can see yourself getting a breast reduction, like, this is the right video for you. So just keep it here, because I'm going to give you all the nitty gritty from like why I wanted to get a reduction, how I got authorization from my insurance so that my health insurance, so that they would pay for my breast reduction, how the surgery went, how the aftercare went, all of that. I want to give you everything you need to know. Alrighty, you guys. So first I want to go through like why I wanted to get the reduction. You guys, my breasts were so big, like so big. My titties right now, they are a small D, okay? When I went in to get my breast reduction, I wore a 44H. Yes, 44 A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It always made me feel really uncomfortable. I felt like I looked very old. Obviously in middle school I looked old, but even when I hit my 20s, I started feeling like, and people would tell me that I looked like I was in my 30s to mid 30s, and it was truly because of my breasts. Like, I just felt like they made me look so matronly. Beyond like looks and things like that, I had really bad shoulder pain. I know a lot of people have back pain from bearing the weight of the breast in the front. I had shoulder pain because the breast held me down this way, and also I wore a bra all the time, because if anyone has had super large tits, you know that they can be so heavy that it's uncomfortable to not wear a bra. Like, I could not relate to people when they said like, oh my god, I couldn't wait to get home to take my bra off. Like, being like around with no bra on was extremely uncomfortable for me because they were so heavy. And I had really deep grooves in my shoulders from where my bra was because they were so heavy. I had like neck strain and shoulder strain. So that was a factor. Also, like any like physical activity, even if I wore 2 bras, was extremely uncomfortable. It felt like my breasts were like ripping off my chest. So I felt like I wanted a breast reduction for many reasons, like mental reasons, physical reasons, all of that. Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention that when I went shopping, I used to have to buy shirts that were 3 times bigger than my overall size. My breasts just weren't in proportion to my body. Like, obviously, I was always heavy. I have been a bigger person since I was a child. However, these breasts were like way out of proportion to this body. So I started seeking, like trying to get a breast reduction about 2 years before I actually got it. When I first went to the doctor to try to talk about wanting one, I got turned down. He wasn't having it. I had a male doctor, and I knew that in order to get authorization to have the breast reduction covered under your insurance, you have to report symptoms of stress on your body, basically, so that the service can be medically necessary and they pay for it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just start reporting all of this like shoulder pain and the issues that I've been having in my day-to-day life. So I told this doctor, and this guy had the nerve to say to me, oh, I think you should wait because you might have kids and your breasts will get bigger anyway when you have kids, so it might just be a waste. You should just wait until you get older. First of all, sir, how you know I want to have kids? And then secondly, are them kids carrying these titties right now? Like, these hurt. I was just so mad. So I just told myself, like, you know what, I'm just going to keep reporting it. And then when I went to the next doctor that I had, I didn't get a new doctor because of that situation. I just got a new doctor just because I just happened to. The next doctor that I had was a woman, and I told myself, you know, on my first appointment when I had my physical, I'm going to go and I'm going to tell her about this stuff, but I'm not going to straight out say that I want a reduction. I told that doctor, like, I think that I need to get a reduction because I can't handle my breasts. And I was like, I'm not going to tell this doctor. I know doctors don't like to be told what to do. They just like to be told symptoms and things like that. because obviously I didn't go to school for 10 years to be a doctor, so I'm gonna just let them do their job. So I went to my doctor, loved her, and I just told her that I was having issues and that my breasts were big and I wasn't happy with them, and also that I had a lot of shoulder pain. And she just ended up asking me. She asked me to, take my shirt off. She looked at like the grooves in my shoulders. She could clearly see that I had like muscle strain in my shoulders because I had humps here. And she was just like, your breasts are really not proportionate to your body. Like, have you ever thought about having a breast reduction? And I was like, sis, you popping, okay? So she was just like, yeah, like I will place authorization for you to get pre-authorized for surgery. So that was that. That's how I got authorization in order to have the surgery. Basically, you just have to keep telling your doctor. So she referred me to a doctor. I live in Boston, so the doctor is at Beth Israel. Yeah, I went to him for my first appointment, and honestly, the first appointment was like truly painless, okay? He just talked to me about the drawbacks of having the breast reduction. He was basically like,
you're young. Do you think that you're gonna want to live with the scars from the breast reduction for the rest of your life?
And I was just like,
Yes.
like, you have no clue that, like, I want these things gone. I don't care about no scars.
Let's get them out.
So yeah, he was just like, okay, fine. And then he asked me like to look at pictures. He had like a booklet with like 30 pictures of different women with like before and afters. And he was like, what shape do you like? Basically, like, what would you like on yourself? And I showed him, and I showed him a few, and he was like, okay, like this one is not really realistic for the shape of your breast now, but this one is. So he chose one that I chose, but like the other one he refused. So he kept it real with me, and I really appreciated him. He like, this is like a lot, but he like lifted up my boobs to show me like how they would lay after surgery and stuff. He showed me like where my scars would go. I do have like that lollipop scar, or like the anchor scar, where it's like a line down the middle. You guys can't really see, but it's a line down the middle and then a line under. And then he told me about the day of surgery and what he expected of me to do before surgery and all of that, and everything was great. So I went home, and then a few weeks later, they sent me all of the information that I needed to know before surgery. So you guys, I'm going to get into like the actual surgery and how that went. So prior to surgery, I got a packet of information, and it told me like exactly what to do the day before surgery. They told me no eating for 12 hours. They told me no jewelry, no nail polish, nothing on your body, no lotion, no deodorant, no products on your body. And they told me to wash with a solution called Hibiclens. It is like an antibacterial solution. They told me to take a shower at night and wash with it, and then take a shower in the morning and wash with it. So I honestly think like with any type of plastic surgery, you're supposed to do this, but I'm just telling you guys just so you know what to expect if you've never had surgery. The night before, y'all, I was shook, okay? I was shook. I couldn't sleep. I was like, I couldn't eat for 12 hours. So I was just sitting in my room, thirsty as all hell, couldn't drink no water, and I was just scared. So at like 3 in the morning, my mom heard me like walking around the house, and she came down to my room and she's like, you still up? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay, but I'm scared. She was like, I'm a little nervous too. I haven't been able to sleep good. So I just like went in her room, and I slept in there, but I didn't really sleep. I just watched TV. I stayed up until 6, and then at 6 I got up and took my shower with the Hibiclens, and by like 6:30 we were out the door on the way to get surgery. So I'll tell you about the actual surgery. So when we got to the surgery area of the hospital, I don't really know what it was, the intake area, I guess you call it. No one was there. It was really early in the morning, so we just signed in. We went in really quickly. I went to the pre-op room, and they were just like, here's the Johnny, just take it off, lay down. So I laid down on the gurney. Is it a gurney? Is it only a gurney if you're like out the ambulance? I don't know. the bed. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I laid down, whatever, and then the surgeon came in and said, hey, what's up to me? And he just explained how everything was gonna go, and then he did all of like the markings on my breast so that he would know what to do. And he was just like, you ready? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So yeah, then the nurse and anesthesiologist came in, and the anesthesiologist put in my IV. And maybe 10 to 15 minutes after that, another nurse came in and she told me, okay, so we are going to get ready to take you into the operating room in a few minutes, but you know, we are going to give you some medicine in your IV to relax. It's not going to knock you out. It's not going to put you to sleep yet, but it is just going to make you really relax. So I was like, okay. She gave me the medicine, and at first I didn't really feel the medicine at all, but then it did exactly what she told me it was going to do. I just started to feel relaxed. Like I literally just like laid back and I was just sitting there and I was just like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's going down. So then maybe a few minutes after I got the medicine and started feeling relaxed, two nurses came in to like move me to the OR, and I like said bye to my mom and everything. And the last thing that I really remember like being awake from surgery was we were like rolling down the hallway, and you know how the ceilings in hospitals, they have like those tiles, like the little foam, I don't know what type of thing they are, but they're tiles. So I was laying down and they're rolling the bed, and I'm looking up, and literally the tiles, they started going like this. And I was like, and the nurse was like, yeah, they look kind of funny, don't they? And after she said that, sis, I was out. I don't remember anything after that. And the next thing I knew, I woke up in the OR, in the post-op, and I ain't had no titties. So I wake up, and you guys, I had the nicest post-op nurse. Like, I want to find her, because like I would send her a Christmas card every year. She was just so sweet. As soon as I woke up, she was just like, hey, you're awake. How do you feel? You know, like she was just being really, really sweet. And she's like, can I get you anything? And you guys, mind you, like I haven't drank anything since probably 5 o'clock the day before. And they put a air tube down your throat when you're, you know, under general anesthesia and in surgery. So my throat, like the level of dry on my throat, like, y'all, my mouth's getting dry thinking about it. I'm not even playing. The level of dry that my mouth got was just like the desert, bruh. Like, it was so dry. So I couldn't really talk because my throat was like scratched from the tube. So I was literally like, water. Sounded like freaking Tales from the Crypt. So she brought me some water, and you know hospital water is bomb because they do like the little ice chips. When I drank that water, I felt like life shoot into me. Like I felt like an oasis in the desert. I felt like it was God in the cup. Like I was just like, thank you. And I think that's why I think she's so nice, because she gave me that water, honestly. So yeah, she was just like, kept asking me how I was feeling. And then a few minutes later, my mom came into the room. And then when my mom came in the room, nothing happened with her, but like all of a sudden I got like the biggest Charlie horse in my left leg. And then like a few seconds after that one came, the right leg came. So I had like Charlie horses in both of my legs, and they hurt like crazy. So I'm like, mind you, I can't really talk because my throat was still scratchy and I was still like woozy. So I'm like, and the nurse is like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I have a cramp, like whispering. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm going to rub it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's in both legs. And she's telling my mom, she's like, Mom, rub her legs. Like, she's like, it's okay. It's just, it's a side effect of the anesthesia. Like, you can get body cramps from it. It's totally normal. It's okay. So that happened, whatever. A few minutes go by, they gave me like ginger ale and crackers. And she's like, you want to try to go to the bathroom? Because if you've ever been to surgery, they want you to go to the bathroom on your own before you can leave the hospital. So I went to the bathroom. I forgot to mention that during this whole time, I wasn't in pain. I didn't feel any type of pain from my breasts. I looked at them and they were totally flat. Like my breasts were flat. I was like, oh, I'm a kid. Oh, they gone. Like, so I just was surprised by that, but I wasn't in any pain. I was just like in a woozy and like weird space because of the anesthesia. Once I came back from the bathroom, I decided that I wanted to go home, and I was just like, I'm ready to leave. You know, I just want to go home and rest. So they were like, okay, like, you know, they let me go. They helped me get dressed. You guys, something that you need to make sure you do if you do have a breast reduction surgery is wear a zip up hoodie or a button up shirt, because you can't lift your arms up. You have cuts all the way under, like you have cuts from here all the way under here. You're not supposed to lift your arms up, and it's just like too hard to. Your body feels weak. I put my shirt on, put my clothes on, and they like wheeled me out to go home. You guys, when I got in the car, that's when the pain started. So I just want to say, like, if you're scheduled to have breast reduction, please don't let this part scare you, because when you have the surgery, you are literally only in pain for 2 to 3 days. That is it. And the pain is tolerable if you take the pain medicine exactly the way you should on time for those first 2 to 3 days. But after the 3rd day, and I've heard this from like a lot of people, after the 3rd day, it's like easy peasy. It's like, you know, something happened, but it's not pain at all. It's just like tiredness, like healing tiredness. But when I got in the car though, y'all, the pain was real. So my mom started driving, and I am the type of person, like, I have a pretty high pain threshold. So like, even when I am in pain, it's not like a big out there thing to me. Like, I'm usually quiet, and I want other people to be quiet so I can just like deal with it alone. But like, I couldn't be like exactly quiet. Like, I wasn't screaming or anything. I'm not crazy. But my mom was driving, and if y'all know Boston, like, put a like if you're from Boston, because I know somebody need to hear this, but get your tires aligned, because you know you're hitting potholes here. Like, them potholes were trying to kill me. Like, every time she hit a little bump in the road, I was literally like, and it's funny now, because like, I don't know why it's funny now, but at the time it wasn't funny because I was in a lot of pain. And she's just like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So she gets on the highway, and like, there are these little like metal things in the highway. I don't know why they're there, but they are. And every time she hit one, I'm like, like, it really hurt. And she, my wonderful ass mom, is like trying to drive slow on the highway. She's literally doing 45 on the highway. People are like beeping at her because she's trying to like hit bumps soft, because she knows I'm in a lot of pain. So then we get home, everything is okay. That ride home was tough, but by the time I got home, all I wanted to do was sleep, okay? And that's all you're gonna want to do for the first 3 days. You're just gonna want to sleep. The anesthesia makes you not want to eat. You stay drowsy for that first day, and then on the 2nd and 3rd day, your pain and the pain medicine is just going to keep you drowsy. You're just going to sleep a lot. And so 2 things that I would recommend when you first go home is, number 1, if you don't have a lot of pillows on your bed, buy a few extra pillows, because the only comfortable way to sit is like this. Is my arms up high enough so you guys can see? So I was sitting like with my arms like right here. You just put the pillows under you and sit like that. You can get one of those pillows with the little armrest that you sit back on, but you want to have pillows to prop yourself up, because literally this is like the only way that will save you. Like, I sat like this all day. I slept like this for the first 2 days. It's because you have sutures here on the sides, and it's not even really because of the pain of the breast reduction. It's just that your breasts are so tight. The way that the surgery is performed is that, I'm not going to show like my actual whole breast here, but let me see. Okay, so I'm just going to put my breast here. Basically, like, your breast is flat like this, like no really under part of your breast, and they have an incision here and all the way under here. So they also take the nipple off and size it down to the new size of your actual breast so that it's in proportion. And they basically like open your breast up like a flat. So your breast is kind of like goes from being down here. They open the bottom up so it flaps up they take the breast tissue out and then they sew it back together with a line under here, here, and around your nipple there. So when they first do it though, your breast is just totally flat and packed in. Like when I tell you guys, my breasts look like a 11-year-old. They did. They were totally flat. So sitting like this helps with the tightness, because when you drop down your shoulders, this area here is really uncomfortable, and then the sutures on the side get uncomfortable. So make sure you have a lot of pillows. Secondly, make sure you buy some surgical bras. I don't know why, but we felt like I would only need one surgical bra. I got one from the hospital, so we just thought that 2 bras were enough. But like, this isn't like a regular situation where you can like alternate bras for a few days. You need multiple surgical bras because your sutures on the sides may leak. Well, any of your sutures really, but they may leak, and you're going to need to change them because you want to keep them sanitary so that your healing goes well. So like when I got home, I realized that I needed to change my bra that same day, and then that's when we realized like, oh, I'm going to need a lot of bras. So my mom ran out and got me a few surgical bras. Surgical bras just go on the back, and then they have like either a zipper or a Velcro in the front. They're easy to put on, they're very soft, and they hold your breasts so that you can minimize the pain and compress the breast for swelling. So make sure you have more than 2 surgical bras. I would say have like 4 or 5 on deck, okay? So yeah, after the first initial 3 days at home where you're just sleeping and you are in pain and you're taking that medicine on the clock so that you don't really have to feel real pain, you just are maintaining yourself. You're just feeling like tightness, soreness. It kind of feels like muscle achiness here. You're not feeling pain because you're staying on top of the medicine. After those first 3 days, for me, I stopped taking the medicine. I only took Motrin. So yeah, overall, like my breast reduction experience was the best thing that I have ever done for myself, honestly. The pain in the first 3 days, I obviously didn't like it, but like compared to the outcome that I have now, I feel so lucky that I was able to get it and able to have my insurance cover it, because like it really changed my life. Like it made me able to like work out more. Like after I got the surgery, I lost like maybe 4 pounds from my breast because my breasts were so big. And then after that, I ended up losing like up to 20, so I guess like 16 more pounds just off of being able to be a little bit more active, because I didn't feel like my titties was about to fall off when I was like running or jogging or doing whatever. So that was a major step up for me. And like I also just like felt a lot more comfortable with the way that I looked. People started guessing my age right, y'all. They didn't think I was somebody's auntie, even though I was somebody's auntie, but I was a young aunt. Like, let me live. I'm not 35. So yeah, people started guessing my age right. I started fitting clothes a lot better. Just like it really helped my quality of life, and I would honestly recommend it to anyone who is looking to have it. Like if you have huge breasts, it can be a hassle. Some people think it's cute, but like they don't know nothing about the sweat. They don't know nothing about chafing. They don't know nothing about back pain. They don't know nothing about wearing 90-year-old grandma bras. They don't know nothing about $80 bras, okay? They don't know nothing about that. Go get it. Like, the struggle is better. And honestly, like, my breasts are not small. I just showed you guys. Now I wear a D. When I went into surgery, because I have gained a little bit of weight since then, but when I went into surgery, or excuse me, when I first came out of surgery, my breasts were like a medium to full C. And, you know, just to go from an H to a C, it just made things a lot easier for me. So I would recommend it to anybody. My experience was good. My doctor was top notch. I wouldn't change a thing. I loved it, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about the breast reduction or like just anything, like let's talk. Put it in the comments. I'll definitely answer. And did you get a breast reduction? How was yours? All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.